signs of emotional abuse and manipulation in relationships. Anytime you feel useless, anytime you feel abused, and what I mean by abuse, let's break the word abuse down. Abuse is abnormal use. The reason why people are abused is because they don't know their normal use. When a person doesn't know their purpose or their value or their worth, abnormal use or abuse occurs. When a person is completely unaware of their value, completely unaware of who they are in God, and completely unaware of their purpose, they begin to open the doors for abusers. They begin to open the doors because of insecurities, because of inadequacies, because of fear, because of desperate need. They open the doors they open the doors for individuals to come into their lives, which opens the access of abuse. So the best way to avoid emotional abuse or manipulation in a relationship is to make sure that you know who you are, your worth, your value, ultimately in God, and define that. The way you can tell there's abuse in a relationship is when there's selfishness, when there's narcissistic behavior, when there's no desire to care about your feelings. They overlook your feelings. They logically bombard your mind with excuses on why they are abusing you. Now, you got to make a decision to understand that it is probably better for me to be single and develop my worth than to, due to desperate need or insecurities, to be in an abusive relationship. You got to know your normal use. You got to know how God intended it for you as a woman or as a man to be used in a relationship, in a business, in a job, wherever. Listen, I do not tolerate the disrespect from people. I don't tolerate or even open the thought or the idea for someone to even think that they can gain access to me to abuse me, because I love me. When you know the love of God and you really love yourself, you will not open the door for abusers. Now, what you got to do in the moment right now, you got to be able to sit down, because you don't, unless you live with that person, I want you to go for a drive. I want you to go to a bookstore, a coffee shop, and I want you to get a notebook and a pen, or a notebook and a pen or a pencil, whatever, number 2 pencil, whatever you need. And I want you to write down who you are, what you want to be in life, and really assess, how do you really see yourself? I want you to vent on that paper. I want you to talk to God. I want you to really look at yourself so that you can really feel the presence and peace of God, letting you know that you are worth something, that you are valuable, that you have a purpose in this world, so that you will begin to close the doors or add different levels of clearances that help support you to ensure that abusers do not come to where you are. Now, the signs of emotional abuse is when your emotions are everywhere. You know that you are abused mentally when your emotions are everywhere. When you feel like you lost yourself, or this person always knows the triggers and the buttons, and it feels like they're intentionally pushing those buttons and pulling those triggers, you are in an emotionally abusive relationship. You know you being manipulated when you are being lured into places like a wave. You on this side and now you're on this side. They push and pull you emotionally. You do not need to be in a situation where another person is manipulating you to do something for their selfish benefit, for your detriment. A relationship is supposed to be where both voices are heard, where both people are understood, and where there's true, authentic, genuine concern without any selfish intent. So let me reread your question just to make sure that I answered it correctly. What are the signs of emotional abuse? When your emotions are everywhere, when you are being abnormally used, when you're not being used properly, you know you've been emotionally abused when at the end of the night you didn't get anything. That person got the sex, that person got the cuddle session, that person got the couch removed. They utilize different techniques and methods to make you feel bad about what they really want out of the situation. Never feel bad for someone else that's trying to cause you to do something bad, and at the end of the day, now you feel bad for even compromising. You have to self-assess yourself and say, do I love me? Do I care about me? Or is my identity in this relationship? Is my identity in the abuse? Some people like being abused because for some kind of reason, mentally, it makes them feel wanted, that at least somebody wants me. I'd rather be abused than be lonely. No, I'd rather be alone and know my worth than to settle for an abusive relationship. Hope that helped.